Good morning and welcome back. Well, many of us like to stay fit, going to the gym or working out at home, and we're always looking for those new ways to change up our fitness routine. And with us this morning, as always, our 2 News fitness expert, Wes Cole, to answer our fitness questions. Ready for it to warm up outside?
I can't wait.
Yeah, it is cold indeed. Let's get right to it. When I sit in a chair, I can't get up without using my arms. It feels like I can't even flex. What is going on? This is a question from John.
We've talked a lot about the box squats or the chair squats, and especially a lot of senior citizens, they get, well, Wes, I'm trying to do this, but it just feels like my legs, especially my butt, won't flex. Well, there's a thing where your glutes will actually kind of forget to fire, kind of a misfire. And one of the things you might want to do is, maybe start with a little bit easier exercise. This is something that you can do at home, just in your living room. It's just basically a butt lift. And what this is doing is it's teaching Beth to really, sometimes, like I said, we forget to really flex our glute muscles. In 3 or 4 sets of 10 to 12 reps, I guarantee you what that'll do is that'll really start teaching your glutes to fire. And I guarantee you squats will be a lot easier for you and a lot safer too, because unfortunately, if not all your muscles are working together, you can end up using a little bit too much of your back when you're squatting, and it would make a big difference. Thank you, Beth. Perfect.
So would this be good also for folks that are a little bit older? Absolutely. To do that as well?
Absolutely. Like I said, sometimes we need to start with something a little bit more simple. I know it seems easy to get up out of a chair, but when we get older, it can get kind of hard. And that's a good way to maybe work on before you start that.
All right, sounds good. And the second question we have, and this one comes from Mindy. It says, is it true running shoes can be bad for weightlifting? Now, we always think about that maybe one thing we can just use over into the other and vice versa. What do you think about this?
Well, the thing about it is right here, I got a shoe right here. This would be perfect for weight training. This is a skater shoe. It's my brother's shoe. It kind of stinks a little bit. But, but right here is something very, very flat. We think about cardio shoes or, running shoes, which if you're running, you need some really good running shoes, something very cushiony. But, think about what running shoes do. They're designed to cushion. And some of the new ones, they feel almost like you're real squishy, which is great if you're trying to absorb shock. But if you're lifting weights, especially for the stronger guys out there, it starts creating a real wobbly balance, and this could put your ankles at risk. Now, some of the cross-training shoes have a little bit harder sole, but I highly recommend maybe getting some of the cheap skater shoes or wrestling shoes, something with a flat sole, especially for the strong guys out there that are squatting a little bit. There's a reason weightlifting shoes have wood soles, real hard soles. So, you might want to realize that maybe have a good set of cardio shoes and a separate set of weightlifting shoes.
Well, I never thought about it. The cushiony side of it on the inside, but it's also the outside of it as well that we need to be concerned about.
Absolutely. And like I said, that extra cushion, it works real well when you're doing cardio, but when you're doing a lunge, and it's the last thing you want. It's the last thing you want. So
yeah, good advice there. And our last question, this comes from Charles. It says, push-ups hurt my wrist. Is there something that I can do? And I know this is probably the #1 thing a lot of folks, when they complain about doing push-ups, this is the main problem that they have.
Well, if you remember the way we did push-ups for you, we started anywhere you can get to where you can hold your hands vertically. And one of the things you can do, you can just grab some dumbbells at the gym, and you can just position them to where the dumbbells are pretty heavy, so where it's actually lifting your hand up off the floor a little bit. But just the way Beth is positioning to where her wrists are just parallel instead of just twisting over and having to bend your wrist, that goes a long way to help you a lot with wrist pain. Thank you, Beth. And like I said, actually getting down and doing push-ups, depending on how heavy you are, twisting your wrist, that can cause some issues. So getting in a position to where you don't have to necessarily bend your wrist too much will be good. We all see those perfect push-up things on TV. They can be expensive, but you can almost do the exact same thing with just some dumbbells, elevate your hand up a little bit, and get your wrist in a little bit tighter position.
And after you become a little bit more advanced, you could actually start using those weights a little bit more as well.
Absolutely. That's another great exercise we'll talk about later.
All right, sounds good, Wes. Appreciate it. And if you have a question that you would like Wes to answer, just go onto our Facebook page, KJRH TV, and you can post it on our wall, or you can call Wes at 605-6550 or visit him at his gym, 50 First and Memorial, behind the Walgreens.